All right. So I already alluded to who our next caller is. They want to talk about possible religious persecution aimed at religious minorities. Caller who has called several times before, Connor in Texas. You're live with Eric and Kevin.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, doing okay. So religious persecution aimed at religious minorities. When I read that, I think this is somebody who does not consider themselves any kind of mainstream religion. And am I wrong? Like, what do you got?
No, you're right. In this country, there's like less than a couple 100,000 Baha'is, and but the thing is, I started thinking about this halfway through Bashanti's call, and it just got me thinking about how for the last several years the direction the country's been going, and it's just brought up some concern. It's just brought up some deep-seated concerns about being among the religious minority, because I don't know, it's kind of hard to put into words, and I just felt like needing to talk to someone about this at the moment.
Yeah, somebody who doesn't even fall on the same page as you. But we see it.
Yeah.
In fact, from where we are as non-believers, we often find ourselves very closely tied with religious minorities when it comes to advocating for taking down and fighting back against religious supremacy. And that's
right.
What we're seeing. And we're seeing it very, very deeply today. Yeah. These notions of religious supremacy. It is not just that, you want to have the freedom to make whatever decisions you got in your life, but you feel like this is a Christian country in the United States, and that you need to legislate your religious beliefs on everyone else around you. That is beyond freedom. That moves into supremacy. And that's what we're seeing today. And it is no wonder that you're seeing that happening. It's interesting. I don't know. Do you feel like there's religious persecution being aimed specifically at religious minorities, or is it just towards people who aren't part of their tribe?
Well, it may be a column A, column B kind of thing. Like, one thing that isn't really mentioned a whole lot. So the Baha'i faith started in the Middle East, so there's a big Middle Eastern population of Baha'is in this country, and I don't know how common it is, but there are definitely some stories of how Baha'is have been swept up into the Islamophobia just because people saw a brown person and made an assumption, get assaulted them. But here's also another messed up thing. So many of those Middle Eastern Baha'is are first-generation immigrants themselves who fled homelands that persecuted them for being Baha'is, where it's actually technically illegal for them to even practice their faith. And they came here on the promise that they wouldn't have to experience that again. And it's not just like, oh, you're not allowed to. They came from lives and countries where it was life and death situation for them.
Yeah. And I mean, where we see people, in just in the last year go in and attack minority churches, and not just minority religious churches, but even people who are of the same faith background. You see people attacking Asian American congregations and Black congregations, and it's horrifying. It's horrifying. I wish that I could say that we had the country that we used to have, or gosh, not even used to have. I wish that we had the country that we tell ourselves we used to have.
Yeah.
I wish that we, could be inspired by the phrase on the Statue of Liberty.
And I mean, our national media really, they really dropped the ball when it comes to framing these so-called religious liberty laws, especially in the past couple of years, in the correct context. They are not religious liberty laws. They are Christian supremacy laws. That is absolutely what they were designed to be. And the national media and even the international media has not framed that correctly.
Yeah.
And people have come here fleeing persecution only to find more persecution.
Yeah.
Because they've been lied to.
And I mean,
we're not this shining city on a hill.
No. Connor, there are zero good answers.
Yeah.
I know. It's just like, my concern is like, how far are we going to fall down this rabbit hole? Am I going to end up looking down the barrel to where me and so many others are put into those old Japanese internment camps? What's going on? Are we just going to be thrown out in the desert somewhere, unable to leave that spot?
You know, I wish I could give better. I wish that I could assuage those fears. But I don't know, Connor. What I do know.
I know. I just need someone to talk with.
I know. What I do know is that we may not agree epistemically on, a religious conclusion, right? We may come from different aisles when it comes to that. But in those places that we do overlap, in those I can't believe I lost the word. Either way, in those places that we overlap, we do need to see each other as allies.
Yeah.
And I do hope that we can push against this rise of a fundamentalist, nationalist, Christian supremacy here in the United States, and get to a point where we can actually just argue about like epistemology. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we just disagree about shit that doesn't have to do with our safety?
Yep.
Let's get there. Then we can disagree and get all upset with each other.
Yeah, I want to be angry with Bigfoot hunters again.
Oh.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Can we get like a Bigfoot hunter to call in? Or actually, we have a couple of callers here, but if anyway, we'll get there afterward. Connor, thank you for calling in. Thank you for sharing, because I think that we need to see allies. We need to recognize that we don't need to agree about everything to vote as a bloc that can get things done.
Right.
Yeah. Connor, thank you for calling. And hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is not what I was expecting for that.
Oh, shit. No.
I was thinking, I saw religious persecution. I thought we were going to get a Christian saying that they're being persecuted by the secularists. So here's the thing. If you do believe that, if you believe that Christians are being persecuted in the United States, or you think that Christians are facing persecution, in a Western society, please call in.
Yeah, that'd be a lot less of a bummer.
I would really, really love to talk to you. 585-526-8774. V and I hyphenated our names. We, like people call us Lemurf.
Really?
Yeah, in the same way that they kind of do with other. Yeah. And so that's actually our phone number to call into the show. Oh. It's 585-Lemurf, which makes me really happy.
I mean, that is objectively pretty cute.
I love it, but it is toll free. People have said, "Oh, well, I want to call in, but I'm in a different part of the world, and I can't afford that." We're paying for it. It is the support to the show that's going towards paying for that. And it is not just on the phone. Actually, you can get a crisper connection if you use the link tiny.cc/callsg. You can find that link in the description for this video. And in the banner at the top of the page, there's a call the show button. You can feel free to call in, and we'd love to talk to you.